This Week in Gaming with Naomi Kyle.
Hello everyone, I'm Naomi Kyle and welcome back to This Week in Gaming. This week we're catching up on CES 2026, impending Xbox announcements, Ubisoft versus Canadian labor unions, and TV and film writer Gary Whitta's new project, See You in Hell. We've got all of this week's gaming news, so let's get started. In 2026, Xbox will celebrate their 25th anniversary, and to make sure they get it right, they have announced their first developer direct for 2026. Like past developer directs, Xbox will focus in on highlighting just a few of the latest games coming to Xbox. These being Forza Horizon 6, Beast of Reincarnation, and Fable. Fable, like many of you listening, is the game I am most excited to play this year. So I'm thrilled to learn that the developer Playground Games is going to introduce new gameplay, and very hopefully they will also treat us with an official release date for 2026. You can tune into the Xbox Developer Direct yourself when it airs next Thursday on January 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific Time or 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you happen to miss it, I will of course be covering Xbox Developer Direct here on January 26th. The 71 employees at Ubisoft Halifax in Nova Scotia have announced that they have successfully unionized, forming the first labor union in Ubisoft's North American division. However, just weeks after the union was ratified, Ubisoft has reported that they will be closing the Halifax studio. Ubisoft claims that the studio closure was not a sudden decision and has said in a statement that, over the past 24 months, Ubisoft has undertaken company-wide actions to streamline operations, improve efficiency, and reduce costs. As part of this, Ubisoft has made the difficult decision to close its Halifax studio. We are committed to supporting all impacted team members during this transition with resources, including comprehensive severance packages and additional career assistance. Ubisoft's untimely studio closure has raised concerns over at Communication Workers of America HQ, who have released the following statement on their website in response to the shutdown. CWA Canada will pursue every legal resource to protect our members at Ubisoft Halifax after the company announced that it is shutting down the operation just 3 weeks after workers voted to unionize. The timing of Ubisoft's announcement raises many questions for which we do not yet have the answers. Ubisoft's business in Halifax has been a successful operation for more than 10 years. In Canada, it is unlawful for a business to close because its workers decided to unionize. While we are not saying that this is what happened here, we will be demanding information from Ubisoft about the reason for the sudden decision to close. At the start of every year, Las Vegas packs away the holiday decorations and sets up lights of their own in preparation for the Consumer Electronics Showcase. CES is where tech companies from all around the world gather to show off the latest and greatest in technology. It's got everything from 130-inch TVs to backflipping robots, but to keep on theme with our show, we will of course be focusing in on the latest tech in gaming. Graphics card manufacturer NVIDIA unveiled version 4.5 of the technology known as Deep Learning Super Sampling. DLSS, as it is more commonly known, is a form of AI used to upscale low-resolution images to high-resolution images in a way that is less taxing on the graphics card and permits for higher frame rates. The computer parts manufacturer Corsair has integrated a Stream Deck into a gaming keyboard to create a seamless live streaming experience. And popular gaming accessories designer Razer is conceptualizing what the future gaming setups could look like, featuring a gaming chair with haptic feedback, spatial audio, and reactive lighting. They also presented a gaming headset prototype that uses AI and built-in cameras to improve the day-to-day experience of the user. And possibly most surreal of all was the introduction of Project Ava, Razer's desktop AI companion. Ava is an AI avatar hologram encased within a 5.5-inch tall tube. Ava is said to be able to run using the power of proven AI software like Gemini or ChatGPT, and so far has a roster of 4 avatars to choose from and promises that more avatars will be available after the product launches in the second half of 2026.
Quest complete.
So that's the news for this week. It's now time to chat with our guest. Gary Whitta joins us to chat about our expectations for the upcoming Xbox Direct, his thoughts on hit game Arc Raiders, as well as chatting about his newly announced project, See You in Hell.
Select game mode. Multiplayer.
Hey Gary, welcome to This Week in Gaming. First time here.
Yes, what took you so long? I've been waiting for you to call me on this.
It took way too long. And actually, I didn't want to tell you beforehand, and it's kind of a surprise, but you're officially the guest that is on my 100th episode.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, worth waiting for then to be
definitely
part of such an auspicious episode. That's great. 100.
Exactly.
All right. On the other hand, you could say it took you 100 episodes to get me on. Come on.
That's right. Crazy. But I appreciate you coming on because we have some really cool stuff to talk about.
Yes, and the timing is, in fact, very good for me. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Super good timing, I think. All right, so let's get into some gaming stuff before we get into your big project that I'm excited to talk about.
Yes.
Next week, we're having Xbox Direct. There's going to be one. It's going to be, from what I hear, Forza. It's going to be Fable, hopefully, some gameplay is what I heard. What are your expectations for this Xbox Direct?
It's coming at a really interesting time, isn't it? Because I was literally on Kind of Funny Games Daily last week talking about the Xbox and the current state of Xbox. There's a big discussion right now. Like, is Xbox moribund? Is it on the way out? Are they, are they going to turn into the next Sega where they just stop making hardware and start making games? Because they're clearly going, cross-platform with everything. I think when they announced that the new Halo remake was going to be on PlayStation, that felt like the final shoe that we were waiting to drop, right? There's nothing left. And for the longest time, people say, well, when Halo's on PlayStation 5, then and well, here we are. So I think ultimately that's another conversation, but I think ultimately it's the right strategy for Xbox. In the meantime, it's more of a short-term look of like, well, what have they got for us now, and they have, this is going to be an interesting one because, Fable, which I feel like, how many times have we seen this now? It's been a while, right? And we still don't know for sure. There's still no end in sight. Forza 6, it'll be nice to... Is it 6? It's 6, right? Because we had 5. Yeah, okay. So it's 6 in Japan, which I've been saying for the longest time. It's funny, Assassin's Creed and Forza are the two games I'm like, when are you going to go to Japan? Like, it makes total sense to go to those places because, there's awesome kind of samurai, history in Japan for Assassin's Creed. And this incredible, racing, drifting culture in Japan. And so, and we got them both, right? We got Assassin's Creed Shadows, and now here comes Forza 6. So I'm really, really excited to see what they're doing in Japan. That's going to be an interesting selection of environments, right? Because, there's beautiful countryside in Japan. I imagine you'll be kind of like racing around Mount Fuji and doing all this crazy stuff. But also, what I want is like the Tokyo drift stuff. Right? I want to be drifting around, urban Tokyo and doing all that crazy stuff. And hopefully the game will offer both of those. And we know it's going to look great because they always do. And don't forget as well, Forza, the Horizon is now carrying all of Forza on its shoulders, right? Because Forza Motorsport has gone away, so the Horizon is basically now the core part of that franchise. So I'm excited about that. I'm super excited about Fable, especially as a Brit. I still have very, very fond memories of playing the original Fable back on the original Xbox back in the day. To me, it is one of the great Xbox franchises. It doesn't get talked about as much for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe because there hasn't been one in a long while. But historically, it has been one of the few games that I feel like successfully captures kind of that very specific British sense of humor. So and it looks like that's going to continue. So I'm optimistic about Forza. I'm optimistic about Fable. These are the things that we know about. The question is like, what else might they have up their sleeve? Because they are fighting, a lot. I'm saying it for a while. Like the vibes have felt off with Xbox for a while, right? And what can they do to get back on track? And it's all about games. And what's interesting is now as a license holder, if you look at like who's got the best portfolio of gaming, franchises and developers in the business, Xbox is up there now, right? Because they basically bought it all.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I feel like they really have to bring a good showing. And like I said, with Fable, if they show some gameplay, I'd really like a release date too.
Yeah, I'd love to see Fable. Do you think we'll see Fable this year?
I think so.
We kind of have to, right? Like, how much longer can this go on? They need their big holiday. We don't necessarily yet know what their big like holiday games are going to be. As good as that Halo campaign Evolved looks, it really does look incredible. That's not going to cut it, right? We want more than that.
We definitely do. All right, we're cutting to games out this week, and we'll be right back.
Unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
or the free iHeartRadio app.
Games out this week.
Starting on January 12th, Quarantine Zone The Last Check decontaminates the PC. On January 13th, Hytale returns to the PC. On January 14th, Filna Fantasy and Street Dog BMX bunny hops onto the PC. On January 15th, The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon launches on PS4, PS5, PC, and Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. On January 16th, Broken Lore Unfollow creeps onto the PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. The Epic Games Store is offering 2 free games this week. Styx Master of Shadows and Styx Shards of Darkness will be available for download from January 15th until the 22nd. PS Plus subscribers can look forward to 3 free games for the month of January: Core Keeper, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, and Need for Speed Unbound. All of these titles will be free and available to download from January 6th until February 2nd.
Quest accepted.
All right, so I heard on the interwebs, because you posted about it, that you're playing Arc Raiders. What do you think of it?
I am. I was so bummed this weekend because I was all settled down for like a Saturday night playing Arc Raiders, and a lot of my friends are playing. It's actually the game, the multiplayer game in the last couple of years that has like the broadest group of my friends playing. Like so many people are playing it, so it's actually nice to be able to jump on a game that really does encourage you to play with other people. I personally don't enjoy it. You can play it solo, but I don't enjoy it. I choose not to play solo. It's much more fun to play with friends, especially a group of 3. And I jumped on Saturday night, and for whatever reason, no one was on, and it was a big bummer. And I didn't want to play solo. It really is. If people are asking me like, "Can you play solo?" I say, "Yeah, you can," but like, I really wouldn't unless you've got people that you can run with. But I love it.
Yeah.
What a fun. Have you been playing it? It's such a fun game.
I played it here and there. I haven't had a good sit down with it, partly because I've been stuck on blueprints and trying to finish that finally, because I still haven't gotten to the 47th door or 46th door. So yeah, but I played it and I totally get the hype, and I do a clip show for Gamerate actually now, where all I saw that like funny moments and stuff. Yeah, and it's crazy the stuff that happens in that game. People are getting so creative.
It has that same recipe, and it's very. I don't know if like game designers like design for this now, but you always want that like virality, like what's going to make this game pop off in terms of TikTok clips and Instagram clips and things like that. And the game that really showed how to do that in the last year or two, I think, was Helldivers. Like that game generates incredible moments where like you're talking to like I still talk to my friends about stuff that I did like a year ago. Oh, do you remember that time when we, it creates those incredible fishing stories and those moments of like, you got to clip that. You got to clip that. Like I probably hit like the record button, to record like the last 30 seconds of gameplay with Helldivers, like more than any other game I've ever played. And Arc Raiders has that same sense of like that, it is fun. You can totally lose an evening just watching those clips, right? Like crazy stuff that happens. So really, really fun game. I love the vibe. I even love the kind of like the synthwave 80s, the aesthetic and the soundtrack they put on it. It's just such a fun game. Heavily reliant on playing with friends. Absolutely. But I'm just having a blast. It's definitely, I think, one of the most fun games I've played in the last couple of years. Love it.
Good. I'm glad I had you on to talk about it.
Well, we should play, right? I didn't know you were playing.
We should.
You and I used to play Helldivers. Let's play this.
Constantly.
All right, let's go.
It's up our alley, so we're going to play it. And I haven't talked about that game yet on this show, so it's the first time we're talking about it. I think it's been such a phenomenon to see it be as popular as it is, so I'm excited that we're going to get to hop on and finally play it together.
Do it. I'll be in touch with you right after this to hold you to your word. We're going to play. All right.
We'll schedule something.
Okay.
All right. The reason I've had you on the show today is because you have a new project out. I have played a tiny little role in it, but it's
there
a
are
very
no small roles,
project.
Naomi. Only small actors.
I should remember that. You're right. But it's called See You in Hell. And I guess I don't really have questions about it because I
know everything there is to know.
I know everything there is to know, but what do you want to share about this and how did this project come about?
Well, and like I said, the timing is perfect because this almost makes up for the fact that it took you 100 episodes to ask me on because you finally got me on at a time where I can come on and plug something. Yeah, so just real quick, See You in Hell is essentially an audio sitcom, I guess you would call it, almost like we used to call them radio comedies. Now they're audio podcasts. We basically like the tech bros reinvent everything, right? Oh, we've invented a train that drives on the road. Great, you've invented a bus. Well done. This goes on all the time, and now we've reinvented radio comedy. And it's funny. I used to listen to I love Golden Age of Radio. There's a channel called Radio Classics on Sirius where it's like all the old Jack Benny shows. I love all of that. But I should get on to plugging my thing. I'm so bad at this. I go off on tangents even when I've got something to plug. See You in Hell's an audio drama. It's a podcast. You can go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It was originally written as a TV pilot. As you know, I'm a film and television screenwriter, and I wrote it as a half-hour comedy pilot. But no one was ever going to make it because it's kind of like this. I guess the best comparison is like the studio, but like the studio, if it didn't have any filter of like studio or executive notes, it's just me, fully independent, completely self-funded. So I get to make all the politically incorrect and career-wise inexpedient jokes about, you know, Netflix and Larry Ellison and all these people that I shouldn't be making enemies of, but probably am now by poking fun at all of them. It's basically, it's an inside baseball Hollywood comedy. It's about the current abject state of the TV business. It was written out of my frustration as a working screenwriter in the abject state of the TV business. And I was able, because I've been in this business for a long time and no one's working right now because the state of the business is so bad, I was able to get a bunch of really, really amazing actors, including yourself, to come on and play with us. So, John Boyega, John Cryer, Shannon Woodward, Tommy Sadarsky, Alison Pill, Alex Winter, Greg Grunberg, Ben Starr. So many great actors in this piece. I will tell you right now, this is really, I'll give you the live piece of news. I just found out this myself. It came out a week ago yesterday, as we record this. And if in the next day or two, we get the trajectory continues in terms of people discovering the show and things like that, we will have debuted in the top 1% of all podcasts globally. How about that? There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Congratulations.
So we're a hit. We're a bona fide hit. I'm already, we're going to start talking about episode 2, I think, pretty soon now that we know that there's appetite for more. But yeah, please go check it out. It's really, really fun. You can go to Apple Podcasts, you can go to Spotify, you can go to YouTube, or you can even go to seeyouinhell.tv, which is a website we put up just for this. It has all the links. You can even listen to the show in an embedded player right there in the website. It's only one click away. Please go check it out. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I'm so proud of it. Really, really fun. It looks like we are going to make more. But go check out the pilot episode. 40 minutes of rib ticklers and thigh slappers and as I said before, kind of industry satire that is in no way the product of my bitterness and resentment of the industry after 20 years of being kicked around like a junkyard dog in this business. But no, it's fun, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to come on and plug it today.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. It's really funny. I read before it was ever.
Yeah, you read it when it was just a script, right?
Yeah. I read the whole thing, so I loved it. I play a role where I'm an Amazon exec. Just got a couple lines in the first episode.
You're an annoying Amazon executive. But I can see you coming back as this week you're going to be this or that. Like, we'll bring you back as like a utility player every episode. But no, you did great. Everyone is. Oh, Jonathan Frakes, I forgot. So that's like you have your scene. I was going to say your scene is with Lieutenant Commander Riker. Jonathan Frakes, of course, plays Ted Sarandos, the CEO of Netflix. Paul Scheer, I almost forgot, of course, plays Charlie Kaufman. We're going to get ourselves into a lot of trouble in this show, but by the time it's done. But for right now, we're really enjoying it. Unless I just got the podcast metrics back, we are. Apparently classified as an elite launch. I
love that.
Which is to say that of all the podcasts out there right now, we are very much up in the top percentiles of podcasts. So it's been really gratifying to see.
I think everyone should tune in just to find out how crazy you push the line. How far you take it. I
had a few comments from people like, bloody hell. It's like, you can see, I can see why nobody would put this on TV. Because like, there's no way this version of the show as written would make it on TV. Like probably like most of the jokes that I think are the funniest, which are the ones that kind of like closest to the line, and the most politically kind of, we don't want to get in trouble with this person or that person. But it's just me. So I'm like, whatever.
That's what makes it so good.
Let's see what happens. But no, it's been very, very fun to write something without any studio interference, any executive development notes. I did get notes. I got notes from my friends, but the nice thing about it is I get to choose to ignore them all. A couple of people had really good suggestions and I incorporated them. It's so nice to be able to, that was the nicest thing, Naomi, was not just being able to make something at a time in which nothing's really getting made, but also just being able to kind of like make it on my own terms and not have to worry about.
You're kind of directed.
Yeah, I directed, produced, paid for all of it. Basically, I paid for it. So I got to be my own boss for once. And what a treat to see something through to completion for once and to be able to kind of bellyache publicly about my travails in the screenwriting business. And check it out. seeyouinhell.tv. It's a lot of fun.
It's so fun. And I'm gunning for season 2. Absolutely. Well, Gary, it was so awesome having you on the show finally. And Yeah, our 100th
Thanks for
episode
having me.
here on
Have
This
me
Week in
have me
Gaming.
back before the 200th episode, please.
Absolutely, 100%.
And we'll play Arc Raiders in the meantime.
Yeah, I'll hit you up right after this. Thanks,
right.
Gary. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Gary Whitta is a film and TV writer. You can follow him on Instagram at gwhitta.
Flawless victory. Continue.
And that's This Week in Gaming. I'm your host, Naomi Kyle. I had such a blast bringing you all the latest in games. Thank you so much for listening, and thanks to Josh Seaman, our co-writer, for helping put the show together every week. From all of us here at This Week in Gaming, we wish you a fun-filled week. We'll see you again, same time, same place. Thanks for listening. Bye.
This Week in Gaming is an iHeartRadio Canada podcast. Subscribe to this podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app for more podcasts just like these.
The newest tracks. Let's go. New music. And the next big thing.
Always on the new music first.
Your first place to hear it all.
You gon' like it, love it, wanna play it twice. Playing now.
iHeart New Music. Your digital station for brand new drops, fresh finds, and tomorrow's bangers.
I think we need something new.
Discover iHeart New Music. Always fresh, always first. Stream now on the free iHeartRadio app.